All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're laying out a complete strategic framework for YouTube's success. This isn't about vague tips or wishful thinking. It's a real, actionable roadmap for how the platform actually works in 2026.
So here's a question I bet a lot of you have asked yourselves at some point. You pour your heart into a video. You hit publish. You cross your fingers and you just hope. You hope that the mysterious algorithm decides to bless you with views. But is it really just a lottery? Well, the answer to that is a hard no. It's not luck anymore. You know the old rules of just uploading a ton of content and hoping something sticks? That's over. Success today is about understanding a system. It's a science of what makes viewers happy, not just rolling the dice. And at the very core of this science is a metric called viewer satisfaction, or VSAT. This is a huge shift. The algorithm doesn't just care about clicks anymore. It wants to know if you, the viewer, genuinely had a good experience. Did you finish the video? Did you come back for another one? Did you like it so much you left a comment or even used super thanks? That's what it's measuring now.
And get this, to figure that all out, the system is analyzing over 80,000 different signals for every single video that gets uploaded. 80,000! That complexity is exactly why you can't just find one little hack to grow. You need a complete strategy that sends all the right signals all the time.
So that brings us right to our first pillar, algorithmic alignment. This is all about mastering the technical side of YouTube. It's about learning to work with the system instead of fighting against it. First thing to understand is that not all views are created equal. The algorithm is playing 3 different games at once. If a viewer finds you on their homepage, the algorithm is looking at their personal watch history. If they find you in suggested videos, it's looking at what videos are often watched together. And for search, it's all about matching keywords. You have to have a different strategy for each one. Now, let's talk about a huge challenge right now, AI. It can pump out endless generic content. So how on earth does a human creator compete with that? The single most powerful strategy, especially if you're starting out, is to build what we call a micro-niche moat. This means you go super specific. You don't just make drawing tutorials. No, you make Photoshop hacks for law students who need to make presentations. You're not just making game dev videos, you're making character design tutorials for indie horror game developers. By solving a very specific problem for a very specific group, you become the go-to expert. You build topical authority, and the algorithm absolutely loves that. Okay, so once the algorithm knows who you are, it starts showing your videos to a small test audience. And the magic number it's looking for is your click-through rate, or CTR. If more than 9% of the people who see your thumbnail actually click on it, that's like a massive green light for the algorithm to push your video out to way more people.
So how do you hit that 9%? It all comes down to the thumbnail. And this isn't just about making something pretty, it's data-driven design. We're talking bold, high-contrast colors. Keep the text minimal, like less than 4 words, and use expressive human faces whenever possible. And maybe most important of all, design it for a tiny mobile screen, because that's where over 70% of all views happen.
But hey, getting the click is only half the battle. Now you have to deliver on that promise and keep them watching. And that brings us to our second pillar, high-retention content. This is all about the human side of things.
And don't just take my word for it. This quote comes directly from YouTube, and it's basically the golden rule of the platform. Watch time is the #1 signal of a quality video. The algorithm's logic is dead simple. If people are sticking around to watch, the video must be good.
Here's the catch, though. You have an incredibly short amount of time to convince someone your video is worth watching. On average, you have about 8 seconds. That's it. We call it the consideration window. If you don't hook them in those first 8 seconds, they are gone, probably forever.
So your intro has to be a surgical strike. It has to be engineered. Here are 4 formulas that just flat out work. You could start with a pointed truth by calling out a myth in your niche, or a micro scenario, describing a pain point that makes your viewer go, oh my gosh, that's me. Or, and this is my favorite for visual creators, just use the visual hook. Show them the amazing final result in the first 3 seconds.
Okay, so you've hooked them. Now you have to keep them. And to do that, you have to fight viewer fatigue. The best tool for this is something called a pattern interrupt. Think of it as a little jolt to the brain. A quick jump cut, a sound effect, a text box that pops up on screen, anything that breaks the pattern and resets the viewer's attention span.
And the data on this is just undeniable. The impact is huge. Channels that strategically drop a pattern interrupt every 40 to 60 seconds see a massive jump in their audience retention. It just keeps the whole experience feeling fresh and stops people from getting bored and clicking away.
All right, pillar 3. We've aligned with the algorithm and we're keeping viewers glued to the screen. The final piece of the puzzle is turning all that attention into a real, thriving community. This is the growth engine.
And the most powerful tool in that engine right now is using shorts and long-form videos together. You have to think of it like a funnel. Shorts are the top of the funnel. Their job is massive reach, to get your channel in front of tons of new people. Then your long-form videos are where you build that deep connection, where you earn revenue, and where you turn casual viewers into true fans. They need each other to work.
Now here is an incredibly powerful, actionable strategy you can use today. Go into your YouTube analytics and find the one single video that converts the most viewers into subscribers. That video is your subscriber magnet. Now you re-engineer your entire channel to drive people to it. Make it your channel trailer. Put it in the end screen of every new video. Make it the first video in a power playlist. You're systematically creating a path for growth. Okay, so let's tie all of these pillars together. Let's connect the dots from views and subscribers to the ultimate goal, which is building a sustainable creative business.
Let's talk about the money. Your RPM, or how much you earn per 1,000 views, can be wildly different depending on your niche. I mean, look at this. A tech tutorial channel can earn 10, even 20 times more than an entertainment vlog for the exact same number of views. This is where that micro-niche moat we talked about earlier really pays off. And I mean, it literally pays off.
And this really gets to the heart of it all, the big mindset shift you have to make. This system we've been talking about, it's not just a bunch of tricks to get short-term views. It is a blueprint for building a long-term, resilient creative career that isn't totally dependent on ad revenue, which can go up and down.
Because you see, the most successful creators treat their YouTube channel as the top of a much bigger business funnel. The AdSense revenue is just the start. The real stable income often comes from selling digital products, from brand sponsorships, from affiliate marketing, and from direct support from your most loyal fans through things like channel memberships.
So there you have it. Success on YouTube in 2026 isn't a mystery anymore. It's not luck, it's a series of strategic choices. The framework is right here, it's all laid out for you. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?